Hello, welcome to this video for the Swift Corniche Caravan. I'm making this video because I'm going to show you all about this caravan. I'm going to show you how to operate all the systems inside, the hot air system, blown air system, etc, etc. So it's the Swift Corniche 16.3, the Swift Corniche 16.3, it's a 4-berth caravan, and it was first registered in 1995. We'll take a look round it. There's one or two little dings in it, age-related marks, but on the whole it's pretty good. Could do with a polish, as could all older caravans. So it has the Alco hitch lock. This takes out the sway when you're towing, very effective. It's coming with all these accessories. It'll have the water butt, the submersible whale pump for pumping the water into your caravan, the hookup lead. This hookup lead's hooked up into my shed, and it's about 35 to 40 feet long. You've got the handle here for the water butt when you're dragging it along behind to get water. This here is the corner steadies. These corner steadies. This is the winder to get them up and down. It's coming with 2 levelling ramps, also a couple of car door extending mirrors. These are coming as well. Behind the cover there's a gas bottle and regulator, and the gas bottle still has a little bit of gas in it. It's also got the leisure battery, which is behind this door. So in here you have the leisure battery, good battery. This is where your 240 volt hooks into the van, and this is where your submersible whale pump connects into the van for the water. This van also has an onboard water tank, but I'll explain all that to you when we get inside. And next to that is the vent for the water heater, and in winter, or when it's frosty, screw this out slightly anti-clockwise to free the water out from the system in the van and open all the taps inside the van as well, and then that prevents frost damage inside your water heater and prevents any burst pipes inside your van. It's very good down this side. There's 1 or 2 age-related marks and dings which I'll point out to you. There's a little ding here. And apart from that, it's pretty good down this side. Inside there's a radio, a CD player, that's the aerial for it up there. Behind this locker is the cassette, the cassette for the toilet, the Thetford cassette. And what you do with this bottom half here pulls out, push this flap down, pull this all the way out. Now this comes all the way out of the van because you need to occasionally empty this, and all you do to empty it, take it to an appropriate drain, screw this cap off, tip it down the drain, put a bit of water in, give it a swill, tip it back down again, then put about 1 litre or 2 of water in and put in there the blue flush liquid. That's for breaking down matter. And the top section here pulls out like this, and what this is the tank here for the toilet flush. And all you do with this is take this cap off, put some pink fluid in here, and then fill it with water, and that gives you a nice clean flush for the toilets. It's pretty good across the back. There is a little bit of a chip here, bit there, and a little bit there, but apart from that, on the back end it's all good, all the lights work, etc. This is coming with the van also. This is your waste water container, and this just connects underneath the van. just pushes into them two plastic connectors there. Underneath the van it's on the lightweight galvanised chassis. Under there also is the spare wheel in its cradle, and it's got plenty of tread on it. I'll show you this tyre down the side and all because I missed that. Plenty of tread on that tyre. There's a little mark there. And up here you've got your temperature pressure gauge charts in pounds per square inch, and also below it in bar. Let's take a look down the other side. Not too bad down this side, a little bit dark. I hope it's picking it all up. One or two little dings in it. There's one there, and just a little bit of a scrape there. There's an outside connector for 240 volt power if you want to run power, for example, into an awning or to operate some electrical equipment outside. Have a look at this tyre. And also you've got the Caravan step there, so you've got all the accessories that you need, nothing more to buy, and there's a little ding here there. So in all, not too bad on the bodywork. The light above the door works, and it's the stable door, which I'll show you about after when we have a look inside. So there we go, that's the outside sorted out. The dimensions of the Caravan, it's 8.5 feet in height to the height of the aerial on the roof, which we can't see from this side for the TV. It's 7 feet wide, and from the back to the front of that peak there, it's 19 feet and 6 inch, and then from the back to the front of the towing hitch, to the front of the airframe, the total length is 22 feet and 6 inch. It weighs, unladen, this Caravan weighs 1,150 kilograms, and it can gross up to 1,375 kilograms. This is the awning that's coming with the van. It's an Outdoor Revolution Meteor 390 awning. It's 2.35 metres this way, which is about 7 or 8 feet. 3.9 this way, which is about 15 feet. I've got it, I put it up on this land. It's not the best of land to peg out, but I've just done the best I can for a quick show. All the zips are good, no rips in it. It's had its own carrying bag for the awning, a bag for the poles, and then there's a ground sheet which goes in that bag there. This door zips open in through here, ground sheet inside, and at the windows you have these covers. These come off and fold up on all the windows, so this one comes up, etc. like this, so you can get light in and just roll them back and pin them up with those little toggles there on that window, that one, and the side window. Also on the doors, this is another door here. This just zips up when I can get at it. I'm not going to open that, it's too windy. I'll show you on this one. So this zips around. This zips around and closes this door up, or you could have that unzipped and just have the fly nets up at the doors. So all in all, it's a good awning. It's a simple poles slot together. This pole here, this is an extending bit which extends into the fitting. It's just a slot 2 pole that you fasten to the ceiling. There's 2 of those. This one's exactly the same, slot 2 pole. And then you've the poles outside, you've 4 poles outside. One runs up here, the other one runs up here, and so on. That does the same and that does the same. So that's the awning. We'll take a look inside next. So as you come into the caravan, like I said, it's a stable door, and what this means is you can open the door, release this catch, close the bottom section like this, and you pin the top bit back like this, so that you have the top open, if you like, in summer. But also across this door there's a full length fly net. I'll show you. So this is the fly net across the door. Like this. Great for keeping the flies out, obviously. Now I'm going to show you around in this caravan. It's going to get quite involved because I'm going to try and explain everything to you, so please stick with me. So what I've done, I've drawn all the curtains, the blinds and the nets to show you, give you a picture what it's like here, in here at night. As I said, it's got blinds to all the windows, fly nets. There's a working clock there, battery operated, and up here you've got a smoke alarm and a carbon monoxide detector. That's a speaker for the radio. One over there, a nice mirror with coat hangers. So all these blinds work. I've got the fly nets down. Fly nets. I'll try and squeak its way up. This fly net in this window, I just can't get it to catch down at the bottom there properly for some reason. And fly nets there. There's also a blind above the sink, a fly net, and there's a fly net up here, but to this window, this skylight, it's missing. Tons and tons of cupboard space. I'm going to put you in every cupboard so you can have a look, checking for damp and things. You can stop this video anytime and have a look. Drinks cabinet. Couple of glasses in there, although again, couple of glasses in there and some cups. And this is like velvety lined flock or whatever. Plate rack, and above there is the booster for the status aerial, and to show that that's working, I've set a TV up. This TV is not coming with the Caravan, it's just here to show you that everything works. I think we're probably watching Kojak or something like that at the minute. And above the TV there's a radio cassette up here.
Your third book was turned down because it really wasn't good enough, and the 3 that
Sorry,
followed
not a radio
also
cassette,
rejected.
a CD radio cassette, and at the side of it, CD rack. So behind this door here is the washroom. The net above this window is missing, so we've got the blinds down in here to show they're working. Fly nets, all the windows open and everything. Fly net again there. So this is the shower. Shower head, taps, base, and it has its own door that closes across like this. And there's a light above in here. All the lights in the van work. I'll put this in. I'll put the shower base, this shower head in the base, and then I can show you that these taps are working. Cold water. Hot water. The hot water gets very hot in this caravan, and there's two ways to get hot water into this van, and I'll show you all that after. So to the side of the shower you've got a wardrobe, shelf above, a rail for hanging clothes on. There's an old little ironing board there. If you don't want it, just chuck it away. Drawers below, 2 drawers. And then to the side of that you've got the Thetford cassette toilet. This one here, you can put toilet rolls on there. Lift up lid, it also has a seat. And in here there's a little gate that opens and shuts by operating this. So you come in, open that up, do your business, press that down. Oh, no, hang on, I might not have it on properly on panel. Then opposite all that at the bottom there, that's the indicator. Now, when this turns, this will move this way, and when it turns red, it means that the cassette that I showed you outside needs emptying. Back to the flush. Let's make an layer of now. It does work. I shall look at it after, as I want to crack on with this video. 2 mirrors, another light, and a light above. Taps, cold tap, hot tap. 2 cupboards below with some shelving in it, like this. Cup and toilet toothbrush holder. There's a little hook up there for hanging things on, and one over here. That's the washroom. Behind this door here is the control panel for various things, functions in the van. So what you have up here, I'm going to show you this after. This is to operate the water heater on the gas. This is for the pump, it's internal and external because it's got a onboard water tank. This is for the charger, so when you're on the 240 hookup, click that down, that'll start to charge your battery. This little rocker switch here, it says car and van. If you're working on, if you're not on the hookup and you want things to work on 12 volt, click that down. This at the side here, this gauge tells you when the tank's full and when the battery's, what the status of the battery is. So you press the bottom one down, that shows you that the water tank is about 3/4 full. Press it at the top, and that's showing you that the leisure battery is charged up. Fuses there. This is the main fuse box for the 240 volt. And below there is, this is a pull-out table. And you can either put it in the front there or have it outside. It has fold down legs. A couple of boards in there for the bunk beds, which this dinette makes up into. I'm going to show you that after. That brings us to the cooker. A 4-ring cooker. Now I'm going to put this camera down a minute as I'm running out of hands. I'll put this where you can see. So this oven is has an electronic igniter on it. It's very useful if you had 3 hands at it. So I'm going to light them, you can see them working. That rings on. That rings on. That one's on. try that one again. I didn't leave it long enough. That's on. This one works. So that's all of the rings on the cooker working. Now the grill is an electronic igniter as well, but it doesn't work on the igniter, so I'm going to light that with my lighter, and then I can show you that this works. So I'm going to have to put you down again. We've got that lit. Can you see that lit? Yeah, see it burning away there. And also there's the grill pan there. Below the grill is the oven. This is on an electronic igniter, and this works like it should as well. I'll put you there a minute. Turn you up full and ignite. There you go. That's the oven working. I'm going to demonstrate everything, then you can see what's working and how it works. And then below the oven is a little area that's got pots and pans and things in it. To the right of the oven there's a little drawer here. There's some pull-out racks and all the gas taps for turning the gas on and off for all the appliances. Above there is a drawer with some knives and forks and things in it. Above there, to the right of the cooker, we've got the sink, fold across lid, hot tap, cold tap. Above the cooker there's an extractor, and all you do with this extractor is just lift this lid forward like that, and that's turned that extractor on. More cupboard space above. We've done that one, that's for plates and things, and that's next door to the drinks cupboard. Now the fridge works on the gas and also on the 240 volt hookup. So down here, in there's the pilot light. So what I'm going to do, it's got an electronic igniter, so I'm going to push this in like this and turn it to that position and flick on that igniter. You heard it pop, and there in the back get the pilot light lit. I've purged the gas through it, haven't been on for a while. Right, whilst that's doing that, I'll just show you up here. This is the 240 volt hookup. Now this fridge gets nice and cold. Got a freezer box at the top. There's a bit of blue tack on there actually just to keep this closed. Drawing the plate for bottles in the bottom and another rack there. And now we'll go back to this. Purge some gas through. You hear it pop there. And right now in the back, if I can get this camera in, you should be able to see the pilot light. It's just at the top right hand corner of that the pilot light inspection plate. So it works on the gas and it works on the 240. Remember to turn the igniter off once you've lit it, because it'll just keep clicking away. So that's the fridge. Next door to the fridge I've got another little cabinet, and here there's a couple more pull out racks. Then this comes to the gas fire. Now there's two ways to get heat into this van. You can have the gas fire lit as a conventional fire. You can also have it turned on via a control behind this telly, which I'm going to show you in a minute. But what I want to do is light this gas fire first, and you can see that this works. So you push that down, turn it quarter of a turn. That'll be purging the gas through. Just give it a few seconds and then click it down to ignite it. Can you see it in the back there? Ah, there, you see the flame? So I've got the pilot held down. I'm just going to give that 10 seconds, then I'm going to let it up, and the fire will be on fully then, like this. Turn it that way, catch it again, and there you go. Now that's the fire on gas, but also behind this fire there's a fan. And these vents here, there's one there, one there, there's one in the bathroom, and there's one round this corner here. You can turn the fan on using these controls here. It's getting a bit involved, I know, but I've got to show you. So you've got this top section is for gas, and this bottom section is for electric, and this is a thermostat. So to turn it on, press that once. This top light will be flashing green, like that. Now it's come on and stayed on. Now these are two settings for the fan at the back of the gas fire when the fire is on gas. So if you put it on, say for example, gas auto slow, it turns the fan slowly. Click this button again and it goes on to the next setting, which is this one here. And this turns the fan on the back of the fire. Now this fan is spinning, and what it's going to do, it's going to blow the warm air out of that one, and the one in the bathroom and around the side here. So that's how to get heat into this van on gas, and how to blow it around your van. So I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to turn this fan back off, because now you have the fan master heater. This is 240 volt, so you click this switch on, that light lights up, and then you want it in these bottom sections here now for the electric, the 240 volt electric. So same again, press that button, this top light comes on here, so I'm going to click it 1, 2, I'm going to click it 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and that's gone on to this mode now. I don't know if you can see that light up, little green light there. That's turned the fan on again, behind the fire. Now that's working on electric, a bit like an electric fire at home that has elements in it, etc. But it's a little fan and a motor at the back of the gas fire, and this is doing exactly the same. It's now blowing warm air through these vents, and these systems are very, very effective. So I'm going to turn that back off, turn it off there and off there. Now the hot water. Below here, below this seat, is a water tank, and below here is the water heater, below this one. So it works on 240 volt electric and gas. To get it working on the 240 volt electric, make sure you've filled your water tank up under here, and that your water heater is filled there. And the way to do that is go back to this panel. Now remember outside I showed you the water butt with the blue whale pump in it. So you're going to fill that water pump. At the bottom of here it says external and internal. So you flick this on external, close, open up all your taps, and that'll be drawing water in from outside, out of the blue water butt, into the water heater, the hot water heater under that cushion at the end, and into this water tank below. You'll know when it's done because you'll have all your taps open there, and in the washroom it'll push all the air out and it'll start to run normally with no air. Once that's full, outside, if you look underneath, it'll start to spew water out of this water tank on an overflow. So then you know that that tank's full. Make sure your water butt is still full outside, and then turn it onto, it's a little rocker switch this, turn it onto internal pump, like this, and now you're all set to run your taps inside the van. I know that's a bit involved and I hope you understand it, but you can always revert back to this video. Oh, there's also an alarm in this van, but I've never used it. Where is it? There's the sensor up there. So that's the hot water on electric. Now make sure before you turn the hot water on gas that you've turned this switch off, because if you leave that switch on and you try to light it on the gas, it'll trip out the hot water heater under there and you won't get no hot water on electric. And it's very simple. Down the front edge of the water heater there's a little red button. If it trips out, just flick it back in. So to get hot water on gas, you come back to this control here, heater and on, flick it on, this green light will light up. If there's no problems, for example if your gas bottle is empty or whatever, it'll remain green. If it trips off to the red, heater fault, that means either your gas bottle's empty or isn't turned on, or the water heater's out of gas, etc. Or if it clicks onto this one, low voltage, it means your battery's low. Now that's stayed on green, so what that's doing now, that is heating the hot water on the gas. So that's gas, hot water, electric, hot water. So you've got your 240 volt lights here. These only work on 240 volt, but all the rest of your lights, these spotlights for example, and the roof lights and the lights in the washroom, they work on 12 volt and they also work on 240 volt. So now to down the bottom end here, I've explained how to use all these appliances and I've showed you them working on the various settings, but also there's all the instruction manuals here. So if I've rambled on too much and not made myself clear, you've got instructions for the water heater, you've got the instructions for the control I just showed you, more instructions there, then you've got the instructions for the gas fire, more instructions. This is the fan master behind the fire that I was on about, that had the electric little fan in it. And also as a footnote, if this fan master ever doesn't work on the electric, it's tripped itself out. So what I'm saying is, the motor will run, but it don't blow any warm air out. Now down this side here, there's a little flappy paddle. And if you click that flappy paddle back in, it resets the fan master and gives you warm air. But having said that, you've got to get it out. And the way to get this fire out, below this fire underneath the Caravan there's a gas pipe. Turn your gas off at the bottle in the front of the van and take the regulator off the bottle. Underneath the Caravan there's a gas pipe that comes up to the bottom. Unscrew it, let it fall away. Undo these screws, take them out, lift the front off, then your various screws around the edge behind this front, take them screws out, and then you lift the fire up and out, and then the rear section pulls out and the trip off switch is down that side of the fan master. It's just a flap that you flick like that and it resets the fan master on the electric. So where were we? Fridge, user guide for the fridge, range and hobs, oven and grill, the Thetford cassette toilet, the radio, and then just various bits and pieces of other spurious stuff here. So even if you don't make sense of this video, all the instructions are there. Now what I'm going to do, there's a little cupboard under there as well which I forgot. Oh, and actually there's a little light here which is operated by this switch, like that. Right, so I've parroted on enough, I think, about the inside. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this area into the bunks, this dinette, and behind this door here is the curtain that pulls around this rail to make this area private from the rest of the Caravan. And these are the curtains, but I'll get them out and show you in a minute. So the first thing I'm going to do is make this front bunk up and get this dinette sorted out. Make this double bed up and then sort these bunks out. Just before I make these beds up, do you remember I spoke outside about draining the water out of your caravan in frosty weather? And you remember outside I showed you the vent with the little thing, the little fitting at the bottom that you just screwed out to let the water out? Well, that empties the water heater that's under there, the hot water heater. But this is the onboard water tank, and the way to empty this tank is to, down here, this control here, across here it says closed on this side, so you turn it that way 180 degrees and it says open, and what that's going to do, obviously, it's then open and it lets all the water drain out of the system. Very important, because you don't want to come back at it after Christmas, after winter, and find that there's water all over your caravan because it's burst pipes. And also it's very important to drain that heater, because it'll just expand inside it and crack the seams and it's useless. Just wanted to tell you that before I get on with these beds. So that's a double bed made up at the front, and all you do with this bed, underneath here, those are the lats there, and it just pushes back under the far seating, or to put it away or pull it out to make the bed up. And bunk, put the bunk up. This is the same, this is lats under here, and these just put back and are stored to the back of underneath the table on this ledge. These are the cushions from the bottom of the dinette that make the mattress for the bottom of this bunk. There isn't a mattress for the top, and these are not the original sides. I presume way back when the others broke and blah 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 blah, but they're adequate and they do the job. So that's the two bunks there. Now remember, behind here is curtains, and these pull out across this rail like this. Shut that door. Two curtains across the rail. So the curtains are around there now, and that's made that a nice private area. Well, I think I've said about all I can. I've showed you everything. It's dry in here, the floor's good. Remember, you're getting all the accessories. You've got the freshwater butt, the wastewater butt with waste pipes, caravan step, hook-up lead, leisure battery, gas bottle with regulator and with some gas still in it. Everything you need. All the accessories are there just to plug in and go. There's nothing more that you'd need to buy. I could also, if you wanted, I could also deliver this caravan, and I'd do that at £1 a mile, postcode to postcode, one way. Right, well, thanks for watching. I think I've said all I can. I've rattled on enough, so thanks for watching, and bye for now.